for anybody, out there as well, why not do that? Start putting a list together and, as you say, repeat it as a mantra. Make it, it's your manifest list. It's because if I don't do it, I know I keep repeating the same thing. And that's what's happening.
Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap on, strap in, for the not-so-Christian brothers.
Unlike my brother, this is not my naturally happy place to be.
Don't know, I've changed.
You don't
You've
like being on
changed.
camera anymore?
I don't like being on camera as much, I've decided.
Since when? Like 20 minutes
10
ago?
minutes ago.
Since the TV companies have not put forward propositions to put him on camera.
Yeah.
Since he didn't get the Late Late Show.
Oh, God, I wouldn't fucking
No,
do
he's
that.
averse to the whole idea.
No,
Never
swear to
wants
God,
to
if
be
they
on the
knocked
Late
on
Late
that
Show.
door now,
Knock that door now. It would be a no.
I would tell them, get out and stay out.
Yeah, I believe you.
No, it wouldn't be interesting. No, I'd like to do the weather.
The weather?
What about Lucy's TV show? I've seen her new TV show. That looks good.
It's on, well, if we're recording, it's on tonight
Right, okay.
at 9 o'clock on Virgin.
So it's Sunday nights, 9:00.
Sunday night's 9 o'clock, and it's called Insufferable. No, it's not. Sorry, Lucy. It's called Unfiltered.
And it's what's it about?
It's a chat show. And she
Really?
has 3 guests every week, so she's doing 6 weeks.
On Virgin TV.
Yeah, and they all sort of have a little connection, and they all come together and have a fight and stuff,
Oh, very cool.
It's very unfiltered.
Right. And are they famous people having a row?
Some of them are infamous,
Infamous instead of famous, okay.
and you will know all of them. Like sometimes on the Tommy Tiernan show, somebody walks out and you go, "Who the is that?"
Yeah.
And then as it
And then you just turn it off because it's like some insufferable person talking about something great they did with their life. Like, you're not famous. I'm not interested.
The Tommy
Turn it
Tiernan
off.
thing.
Yeah.
The Tommy Tiernan. It is an interesting aspect to a show, the Tommy Tiernan thing. I do like the idea behind it. of
I
how
just
they
always think-
have somebody just randomly coming out.
Yeah, I know. So it could be somebody from the audience, but I always think he looks like he's about to leave.
I thought there was no audience with the Tommy Tiernan thing.
Oh no, there used to be an audience.
No, there's just 2 chairs, and that's it. It's just him in a conversation.
Well, they have your man, the comedian, doing warm up. So who's he warming up?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the audience that are watching it on camera.
I always thought there was an audience.
Did you?
Yeah, but he always has his jacket on.
When you
and
two are ready at any point, we could do a podcast.
Tommy Tiernan always has his jacket on and his hat. It's like he's ready to go on any stage.
He's like the Irish person that just comes over for a bit of sugar.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Not So Christian Brothers. This is our after show. I don't know if I even call it the after show anymore because it takes a new direction completely. It'd be just better calling it just Not So Christian Brothers.
That's the after show.
The next show.
Well, then the next show is also the next show.
Come on now. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, it's the after show.
A lot of faffing around now between you two. We're here. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
Lucy Kennedy's new show goes live tonight.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Now, we have
chat shows. I think I like chat shows. I've always liked chat shows. I was a big lover of Wogan and what's his name, who I really liked.
Parkinson
was great.
Oh,
Parky
brilliant.
and a bit of a chat. And then Mrs. Merton, I thought that was probably the greatest chat show ever.
Yes, Mrs. Byrne was very good. And I liked, what's her name? That was a fella.
Dame Edna Everage.
That's the one.
That was a great chat show, yeah.
Oh, my little darlings, my little puppets, little Diamond Average.
That's an excellent, actually.
I used to do impressions, yeah.
All right, I like that one. That's
It's
good.
funny. I always perfect the impression, and then they die.
Because they heard you doing it.
I don't know. yeah, I don't know. Oh, I do like for little gladiator, my darlings.
I go back to my point that you would make a really good lesbian.
Just because you dress up in women's clothes and do an accent doesn't make you a lesbian. There's a lot more involved. Scones and shoes.
And makeup.
Okay.
Now, we have another Tefal toaster to give away. Actually, Justin, what did you realise in Malta?
So I picked up the keys for our new house, and I went into the house, and Beatrice, my wife, asked me to just shoot a video when I get in, like a live camera video with her, a video call, because she just wanted to see what was in the house and where it was at, because it's been, I don't know, 6 weeks since she's been in it last. So I walked into the kitchen, and I have the camera on, and the first thing that I pointed at was, look at that. The toaster is on the counter.
There you go.
And everybody in Malta is
Catholic.
Catholic.
Right? The toasters are on the counters. It's like it's a statement. I mean, you might as well put a sign on the door. In here lives a Catholic.
Wow.
And so does their toaster.
So just to say,
So
this
thank
came
you,
from
Tefal.
this came from a conversation a number of weeks ago where Justin pointed out that Catholics keep the toasters on the countertop and Protestants keep them underneath and hidden away. And we try to work out physiologically, anthropologically, why it was that case. But it seems to be everybody online agreed. And that video that we put up on TikTok got 200,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it also brought us another winner as well.
Yes, so Tefal jumped in, our good and close and personal friends at Tefal, and said, look, just calm down, everybody. We'll give you 3 toasters to give away, Catholic, Protestant, and whoever.
Whoever
So we
loves
gave
toast.
one away last week, and she hasn't contacted me.
No, so if Eleanor Wood is out there, if you can contact us on Not So Christian Brothers or Instagram, just drop into our messages and send us a DM or on one of our videos and just say, yeah, I'm here, please, and send us, and we will get it arranged to be sent out to you, Eleanor. Thank you
And the
very much.
second one is going to?
Who's the winner? Who did you pick as the
I
second?
told you.
Oh, I didn't write down the name. Sorry, I didn't know that was my job. I thought you were going to announce.
Did
that.
you write it down, Justin?
No. I'm in a foreign country.
You just. So why would I do that? That's not my job.
Okay,
So
Sharon
so I have
McGinty,
just,
wasn't
I
it?
have just
Hold on. Who is it?
Sharon McGinty.
Sharon McGinty. Sharon McGinty. Okay. Congratulations to Sharon McGinty. She is now our second winner. Please do get in touch.
You need to contact us, you know?
Sharon.
Sharon McGinty, please contact
Sharon
the show,
McGinty.
and we can send you on the toasters. Okay.
I've just been doing a quick bit of googling there as you two were off to one side, because I had this vague recollection of Calvinism, and I just thought it needed to be checked, and I've just looked it up, and Google's telling me here that Calvinism is a 16th century Protestant theological system based on the teachings of French reformer John Calvin in Geneva. It emphasizes God's absolute sovereignty, human sinfulness, and the doctrine of predestination, teaching that God alone chooses who will receive salvation and where they shall place their toaster.
Ah, yes. And for me, I thought
So what actually
Calvinism-
happened there was,
Yeah.
you see, because Protestants are kind of protesting and shaking it up,
Yeah.
they decided, we're not just leaving the toaster on the counter, we're going to put it in the cupboard. Whereas Catholics, we're the status quo. The toaster's always on the counter, and it was never changed.
Catholics by nature are messy individuals. You know,
Yeah.
the kitchen will be in a bit of a state. There'll be a lot going on, loads of kids running around, and the elf in the back having an bottle of Guinness, you know, something like that. Protestants are much better organized. They dress for dinner, and they may have a light sherry before dinner. And mum will always be wearing an apron as she's preparing dinner.
Right.
Now, it depends on who you prefer in that respect, you know. There's better crack in a Catholic house.
I'm married to a Protestant.
You are?
And, you know, I can tell you, you know, there's nothing I enjoy more than a black tie evening.
Yes.
And dinner with my wife,
There
which
you go.
happens every time we're home.
There you go. Well, in the Catholic household, it's dinner on the knee, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
Yeah.
Watching television.
We were speaking last week about your houses being up for sale.
Yes.
Did you
well, mine
work-
isn't up.
Did you not work on any manifestation of selling your property? Have you had any? Like, did you concentrate it? Because Justin, I'm sure, was manifesting a way to get it out the door.
There was a thing I watched, and just you'd manifest a lot, but just an Instagram I was sent. This guy moved to Bali, and he wanted to meet. No, he didn't move to Bali. He decided to sit down. What did he want to do in life? One was to move to Bali, and two was to move with a girlfriend. But he doesn't have a girlfriend and hasn't had a girlfriend for 20 years. So he wrote down what he likes in a girlfriend. You know, she has to be generous, physical, fit, all that sort of stuff. So he decided to display those characteristics himself and learn them and grow into that person. And then he went to some sort of convention, and the third person he bumped into is now his girlfriend. And she had all those characteristics, but he believed he manifested himself.
I wouldn't disagree.
Into finding her, but he became sort of her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is quite bizarre.
What do you think of that, Justin?
Look, I think it's a really, for me personally, I've manifested for years, but I'm not an airy fairy manifester, right? I think there's a certain,
Is that an actual term? Oh, he's just an airy fairy manifester. Don't talk to him. He doesn't know what he's looking for.
Yeah, exactly. He's just indecisive and dreaming. I think if you have manifestation is like creating a list, a clear kind of North Star of where you want to go. Now, when you get up every day and you focus on that one goal or that one or two level goal, unquestionably, you become more pointed and focused in terms of that direction. And then the big question is, does it then have some kind of universal influence? Is God at play? And okay, if you think about it, we're all connected, right? Everybody's connected. Like air is not nothing. It's molecular. It's connected. So our consciences are connected. Our skin is connected. So do we send these waves out? I don't know. But I tell you what I do know. It's always worked for me. So I'll just keep doing it.
Yeah, but as you're saying, the airy fairy ones are like, I'm going to win the lotto on Wednesday. I'm going to win the lotto on Wednesday. I'm going to win the lotto on Wednesday. Or, Man United are going to win the Champions League. That's not the sort of stuff. It's within your own life. It's what you can do.
It's exactly like you. For me, I set the agenda. I always started off with who I feel I am, and then what I would really want. And the thing that I can say is it's not a sharply pointed instrument. It can often be slightly blunt. You may not get it in the time that you hope it. It may not be exactly as you planned, but it unquestionably, for me, maintains the direction of travel, and that's why I always use it.
So that's actually clear, isn't it? It's not necessarily actually going to manifest itself, but you've given yourself a proper pathway to head in the right direction of what you want to achieve. So therefore, you're not going to stray to the left or stray to the right. So it's not necessarily going to manifest itself, but you're always going to be heading in the direction of where you want to go. Because an awful lot of us just spend times just going around a roundabout all the time and choosing the wrong exit.
I listen to...
It's your North Star.
Know this fella, Neville Goddard, Justin, and his 3 words is I am, and his manifestation the way
his 3 words are I am. That's 2 words.
That's 2.
No, at the end you add whatever you are at your third word. So I am, and then so I am wealthy, or I am abundant, or I am
horny,
famous, or you can whatever you like. But the thing is, he starts his manifestation from the end. So you already believe it's already happened, so that you've already put out into the universe that you are in that position, and you live with that standard. Because if you ask for something in the future, you're always stuck in that moment of asking for it in the future, and it never really comes because you're manifesting it into the future instead of in the present, which is where you want it, so that the universe catches up with you, and then it becomes part of you. And that's his sort of...
Well, as I read my manifestation to you guys earlier on, which I'm not going to read out here, but it starts with I am.
There we go.
So
yeah,
it's 100% about I'm already here, and this is what's going on. And then you're basically looking for your life to catch up with the belief.
That's his whole philosophy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neil Diamond sang I am, I said. I am, I said. Great song.
Well, I'm guessing he would have got it from that then idea, would he not?
How long has your lad been around?
I think he's around since the 1930s or something.
Oh, okay,
like that,
okay.
Yeah. Isn't he not
Well, that's
Neville
interesting.
Goddard? He's long, old.
God said to Moses, I am that I am.
All right, okay.
Was he from Tipperary? I am dead, I am. I am dead now.
I was.
But that's like if you want to get into like a really big theological argument, which is not for this podcast, but
God was from Tipperary.
there's a whole rabbit hole of that idea of God saying, "I am that I am." So the message that is thousands of years old is essentially saying, you know, we're all what we want to be, but we just have to say it and then make it so.
And then the tiny thing is you have to feel it for real. Your body has to feel it. So you have to believe it and feel it for it to actually manifest properly.
But if we all wanted to be what we really wanted to be,
yes,
like there's not enough space.
Not everybody.
The good news is most people are lost.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's only very few people who are determined and focused. So if you jump into that group, you get it all. But you just got to be willing to jump into that group.
Yeah. But then there's positions you can't be. I'm just thinking of wars and you know the way people are living in certain countries like Gaza, or I mean, they can't manifest a Rolls Royce. So they can manifest their way out of it. But then an awful lot of them do. And look, 30,000 of them ran into, was it Ceuta last weekend? You know, because they all thought there's a better life for us there.
And was there?
Yeah, but I think first of all, you can't get into the idea of what other people may or may not manifest, right? It's really a personal project on your own. And only you will know what a stretch is in your life. Like it has to be something that stretches you. And you know, if you're in a very difficult situation, the stretch can be very different. I can't comment on that, but it's only about stretching you. You know, what does growth look like? What does change look like? What is a stretch for you?
So
and like, you know, I'm not going to try and manifest a Rolls Royce. Like that's you know, I could manifest the need to be wealthier or to have, you know, abundance of money, but the level of specificity is kind of, you know, it's a bit too extreme.
Like you wouldn't go down to the color of the Rolls Royce or anything.
Yeah.
No, but if I really wanted to have something in my life, I would see the color, the feel. I'd know the smell of it. You know, it'd be very clear in terms of how I feel about it.
But that's your body feeling in it. That's an emotional connection, and you need that, don't you, for it to properly manifest.
But on this manifesting list, right, which I do find very interesting, is it something that is attainable? Like, do you know there is a proper pathway for me to achieve that at the very, I am that? Or you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's why it's a personal matter, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, you know, as Dave Allen would say, it's between you and your God, right? It's down to your own self-determination. I think personally, for me, manifestation's always a big stretch, right? It's like, okay, what are the big things that I want to achieve in my life right now? So are they attainable? They're going to be hard. But nothing that's ever valuable is easy. So you're setting that North Star and you're putting yourself on a path that is going to require you to do stuff. So as you recount your manifestation, I tend to repeat the same thing 26 times every morning. I don't know why it's 26 times. Maybe I read that somewhere or I just made it up. I don't know. But it just gets embedded into my DNA. So at any point in time, anybody asks me where I'm going, I can list the 5 or 6 things that I'm focused on.
yeah.
Well, there is a really good saying that says, all you can do is do your best and let God do the rest.
It's like a personal to-do list of attainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it's the same list all the time. Like, do you if you achieve part of the manifestation, do you mark that off and then bring something else in?
No, I tend to focus on the entirety of the list for a period of time. You know, maybe that's 6 months, 12 months. And then I keep them all in the notes on my phone. And then I look back. I was looking back at my manifestation list from 2015. And like 90% of all the things that were in there happened. And some of those things were big stretches. So, you know, I don't know. But I also think, look, I'm a very pragmatic person. I believe if you fail to plan, you might as well plan to fail, right? So everything has a path, and if you put some structure around it, you then push yourself in direction of a strong North Star, and then get on with it. Most people are not setting that type of agenda in their life, so the opportunity is there. Fortune favors the brave.
Fortune
oh
favors
boy.
the brave. Yeah, no, I think it's interesting because I think when you have such a seismic change in your life as I have in the last year, that you can start just chasing your own shadow for too long or just driving around the same roundabout. And it gets to a stage where you've got to just sit down and go, okay, now what do I want here now? And how do I move forward with that? I never want to get this sense that I'm moving forward and leaving her behind. I never will. And what would she be saying to me as well? You know, like this is what.
But it's also okay to leave her behind.
It's not really. In respect.
Why not?
Because I'd like to bring her with me.
But how? Like, how do you bring her with you
in
into
my
a new
head?
relationship?
There's a little room where she lives in.
But that's called a memory. Like, she's always going to be there.
I know it's a much bigger room than that. It's got it. No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I don't want to be flippant.
I think in time you will find that it's, yes, the memory is there, but you know what? It just becomes a little bit fainter over time. It doesn't mean that you forget.
Yeah.
But it's just the veracity of the memory becomes less.
Well, that's what I mean. So you're at that point where you could continually go around that roundabout and meet yourself all the time. Or you can sit there, or I can sit down and I can say, I've been thinking about this manifestation a lot lately. And I can say, okay, to get on with stuff, what is it that I want to get on with? What is the list? Where is it? And like you, just, I could never, when I was in management, I could never exist without a to-do list. And what I used to do was I'd leave every evening and I'd leave that on my chair at my desk so that when I came into work, the first thing I saw was that to-do list. And you'd work your way through it. I think I need a to-do list for life.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I always have one.
No, I know you do.
I don't. But I don't. I think this idea of we have our work life, our home life, da da da. I think everything is within reach that you would like to get to. But if you don't set the agenda to try and reach it, well, you won't.
No, exactly. No. You'll just keep chasing pavements, as Adele once sang, and which I misheard lyrics.
I like that song. Yeah, it's a good song.
I thought she was singing "Chasing Penguins."
Yeah. So, are you going to move your house to your top of your list? Are you going to put it on your to-do list?
I don't know.
He hasn't made up his mind yet.
No. It's not that I haven't made up my mind yet. I just haven't done the list yet.
Right. Okay.
I think the list will make up my
mind.
So
maybe for next week, then we can check in to see if you got a list. Right? You don't need to tell us your list, but that there's now an action plan.
Yeah. No, I think so. And for anybody out there as well, why not do that? Start putting a list together, and as you say, repeat it as a mantra. Make it it's your manifest list. It's because if I don't do it, I know I keep repeating the same thing, and that's what's happening. I keep repeating the same thing, and I keep driving around the same round.
No, that's dementia. That's a different thing.
No, that's not dementia. It's insanity. Isn't insanity
kind of similar? It's all together.
Doing the same thing all the time and expecting a different result.
It's the pinnacle of insanity.
Yeah.
Not a quote that was ever actually stated by Albert Einstein, which is what people always attribute it to.
I didn't know actually that's where they thought it came from.
No, it didn't come from Albert Einstein, did it?
It's really an idiom. Is that what you call that? Somebody call that?
An idiot.
An idiom? Idiot.
He's definitely an idiot if you keep doing the same thing, aren't you?
Well, the first sign of madness. Suggs walking up your driveway.
Who?
Oh, for God's sake. The lead vocalist with Madness.
Oh.
It's an old guy.
And yet again, we've just caught Terry in the backdraft of age.
Who? He's just looking at me like I'm a complete nutball there.
And if you're walking up your driveway, kind of leaning backwards.
Did it. Ding-ling-ling, baggy trousers. Oh, we've a lot to teach young Terry.
That was my first album.
Was it? Was that called Absolute Madness?
Absolute Madness was my first. I got it on tape recorder, and my sister, your sister, our sister, went to Northern Ireland because she married a Protestant who had his toaster in the cupboard.
Yep.
And she went to Northern Ireland to see said Protestant's family, and this was back in the days when Northern Ireland was this far off place with cheap electronical goods, and
fireworks.
I'd saved up a bit of cash, and then she bought me a Walkman, and I said, "Can you also get me that Madness album?" And that was the opening moment of me buying my first music from you when I was younger, because you hit me with cast-offs generally over the head as you were going out the door.
Yeah.
But I bought that album.
Very cool.
God, Madness was your first album. There's an interesting one. Terry, what was your first one?
I think it was one of the Oasis albums or Beatles.
Oh, good one. Oasis.
Yeah, Oasis.
How could Oasis be one of your first albums? You had to be about 20.
They're just a young thing. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm a young man.
But when Oasis were around, you were still in your 20s.
No, I wasn't. Oasis came around when I was in my teens.
Jesus.
Wow. Terry, how old are you now?
44.
Jesus.
Oasis are like
I suppose,
over
Oasis
30
probably,
years
I was 30 years ago. Wow. Yeah, jeepers.
That's true, actually, when you think of it. They were 1994. 93,
Actually,
Cigarettes and
I'm
Alcohol.
lying to you. My first album was actually Michael Jackson. To be honest, because my dad, when I was in my single figures, like 8, 9, he was my superhero. My dad brought me to see him in the concert in Lansdowne Road, when it was in Lansdowne Road.
Wow.
And it was the History Tour. Wasn't it the History Tour, the one before that one?
No, I think it was the History or the Dangerous.
History Tour was, that was, the History was the latter one.
92, I think it was the History Tour, wasn't it?
I saw him in 1988 in Parky Queeve.
Oh, wow. That was the tour before. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was nuts. He was brilliant for all his faults.
He was phenomenal. Hey,
I loved Michael Jackson when I was a kid. I really did. And I just wish he could have loved me back as a kid. And apparently now I've realised that he probably would have if it was given half the chance.
I think I've done this
Allegedly.
gag before, but I'll do it again. You know, for years, Michael Jackson thought Boys to Men was a delivery service.
Still a good gag.
It's still a good gag. My first album was Talking Book, Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, do you know what? I remember listening to that album in your car, and I remember saying to you, we were driving up Dublin Mountains with your friends, and do you remember like you used to do like you did a little getaway when you would all drive your cars up the Dublin Mountains?
Yeah.
And somehow I tagged along, and we were driving up, and Stevie Wonder was on the radio or something, and you were saying to me, as you always did, Jay, you got to listen to this. This is the most important thing you're going to hear, right? And we're listening to some song, and then it was over, and then I said to you, oh, you know, one of my favorite songs is I Just Called to Say I Love You. And you looked at me and you went, that's really disappointing. And you called me a name that you're not allowed to call people nowadays. And I was like crushed. I was like,
Gary.
I thought it was a really good artist. But what you hadn't actually properly communicated to me was that of all of his tracks, that was probably one of the weaker ones.
Yes. And he just sort of wrote it for a movie, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you had to go Songs of the Keys of Life, and you had to go, you know, Talking Book, and even The Secret Life of Plants are Hotter Than July. Yeah. But you were coming out of Michael Jackson, if you know what I mean.
Or was he coming out of me?
I wasn't going to say it. I was literally not saying it.
Always happens. It always happens.
Everyone was saying nothing, and then just like in the background, just
You did it last week with Uncle Arthur. Now you've done it with Michael Jackson. Oh, that even sounds worse. Okay, on that.
I think we should go now and you know, seek forgiveness.
Definitely.
Manifest forgiveness for all of us.
Well, you're the
let us
closest to
know.
a church.
Like, please send us messages and tell us. You know, is this ethereal nonsense? Am I a complete nutter? Or does anybody believe that possibly there is some science behind what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's definitely something behind it that, you know, you go back to the simple to-do list. And I'm going to put a manifest list together for next week.
I love it.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Not so Christian
thanks
Brothers.
for everybody being here.
Excuse me?
I was just going to say thanks for everybody being here.
Excuse me.
Okay, no, it's the way I thought he was going to say, do you promise you'll be here? Like part of the manifest list is get the out of Dodge and Not So Christian Brothers.
Yeah. Find a real podcast to be a member of.
Thank you for watching and listening and subscribing, and keep sending us those messages. And to our 2 winners of the toasters, you got to contact us.
Yes.
We can't manifest up your address.
No, we cannot.
No.
Okay.
And those toasters do not want to be in cupboards. They need to be free and out there toasting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and listening.